If you don't know what line 5 is, I hope you are going to listen to this one because it's very important. All the jet fuel for Plains and Pearson comes through line 5. Dan McTeague knows a little bit about gas and oil. He joins me right now because line 5 is about to be extinguished, I'm told.
Extinguished in less than 2 weeks. It'll be shut down if the governor of Michigan gets her way.
So line 5, tell me about it. It brings oil in from
Alberta, and it's light oil. It's not the heavier oil that the Americans are using. It's light oil to Sarnia. And, of course, then makes its way to Nanticoke, which is, of course, on Lake Erie. That's a big refinery we have there. And all the way to Montreal. The one refinery they have there gets 40, 50% of its oil from that line through another line called Line 9.
So line 5, though, has been going, I understand, since 1953.
That's right.
Why does the governor of Michigan want to stop it?
Doesn't like the Bechtel Corporation who built it. No, the governor really is playing to a constituency that's still upset with what happened in 2011 when another pipeline by Enbridge burst in the Kalamazoo River. They don't want that to happen here. What Enbridge has done, rightfully, is said, hey, the record on this is excellent. There's never been a leak, and you don't want a leak, obviously, in the Straits of Mackinac, but they're prepared to build a tunnel, a couple hundred meters below that, in case both of those pipelines, not just one, because there's natural gas liquid there too, which provides all the propane for Michigan, for Ontario, for Quebec. So it's not just gasoline and oil, it's also natural gas oil for propane.
So it's of critical importance, not only to the source, Alberta, but to the rest of Canada, to have that going. A governor of one state is going to stop it, or trying to stop it. It's scheduled, as you said. Where are our national leaders? Like, where is the Prime Minister of Canada speaking to the President of the United States saying, you've got a rogue governor, and this is of national interest?
Late to the game. 4 years ago when I was working with Gas Buddy, the emergency officials from Ohio and Michigan kept pulling me aside saying, you got to get your government. We know you're in politics. You got to get your governments on board. This is going to be shut down. And it's a critical piece of infrastructure that will hurt Canada, Eastern Canada, far more than the United States.
This is international. So it's like the mayor of a city setting off a nuclear bomb.
Except that in the case of Gretchen Whitmer, not only does she have very strong allies in the Democratic Party, she's vice president of the Democratic Convention. Just for us in politics in Canada, that basically means you're the president of the party, or vice president of the party that's in there. Yes, I've heard this too as well. So you know something about that, but that puts the person in an extraordinary position of influence. We know that the Prime Minister has had no response from Washington, D.C., from the Biden administration. That should be a sign that things are not as well as we think.
So in the next 2 weeks, we've got to have some action out of Prime Minister Trudeau, or Canada's going to be in serious trouble.
That's right. Enbridge can say no. Damn the torpedoes. We're still going to keep this open. But if the governor walks in with the National Guard and says, you're shutting down, they are going to have to shut down. And that means for everyone here in Toronto, yellow tape around your gas stations, 80% of the fuel that you're going to have will be gone. You mentioned Pearson at the outset. It's far worse than that. The price of gasoline at least up 50 cents a liter.
Bad news. Dan McTeague, but good information. 3 minutes. Our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, recently stood up in the House of Commons and prefaced his remarks by saying, and we will only work from the facts, quote, unquote, and then proceeded to lie by saying Britain was in a horrible, horrible third wave, trying to show, in fact, that Canada was not the worst in the world. Britain, though, had vaccines. Canada did not. And this was not reported in the mainstream Canadian media, the media paid for by Justin Trudeau. All of which, I'm telling you, is that it's important to have this 3-minute interview. Please subscribe, ask your friends to subscribe, and press that PayPal thing so we can continue on to bring you the news you otherwise might not know.